Hello, guys, and welcome to Cricket Caviar. We are going to preview West Indies tour of England. It's going to be the last and final test of the great legend of England cricket, Jimmy Anderson, and he will get a grand farewell because Lords is such a venue, it's such an occasion. The members stand and everyone is going to stand up every time he comes on to bowl. And what a servant he has been for English cricket. 187 test matches played by a fast bowler. It's almost unthinkable. It's unthinkable that any fast bowler, we have seen Sachin play 200 test matches, but he was a batsman. He also went through injuries, but a fast bowler playing 187 test matches just shows how natural was his action, how injury free he remained, and his fitness levels, the longevity of his career. Uh, it will be a great series, but on the other hand, we have the West Indies where Shamar Joseph, last time they played a test match, Shamar Joseph blew away the Australians, the World Test champions, on their home ground of Gabba. And that's why this is going to be such a fantastic first test match. It will be the only ever time when Shamar Joseph will be facing off versus Jimmy Anderson. It will be the first test match for Shamar Joseph in England, last test of Jimmy Anderson in England. So I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, West Indies is a young team. A lot of first test matches. Like Kevin Hodge has never been to England. He was saying in the after the practice match, and man, Jimmy Anderson. Everyone wanted to see him play 200 test actually. So it's kind of like dicey, like whether he wanted to retire by himself or ECB pushed him. But this test series sounds like a about mouth-watering prospect. Also, Kemar Roach, who's actually injured, he said that I'm sorry, Jimmy, but we want to ruin your last test match. He said this in the and he said like I really want West Indies to win this test match. So let's see what will happen in this test match. But I want to quickly share you guys the squad and then we can discuss more on the series and Jimmy Anderson in particular. But yeah, let me share the squad to you guys. So yes, Jimmy Anderson, last test match. So openers, obviously, these are consistent openers now for many years. Ben Duckett and Zach Crawley. Then Pope number three, Root number four. Very very stable batting order for the top batting order for England. We are seeing a new face here. Jamie Smith is the wicket keeper. So after Brook and
Yeah.
Captain Stokes, Jamie Smith is going to debut. And in bowling also we are seeing some changes. Shoaib Bashir has been picked over Jack Leach, which also created some controversy. Then there is the new bowlers in Pennington and Atkinson. So I don't know who will play among them. And Potts, we have seen him briefly. He's kind of like Anderson. I feel like Potts bowls like Anderson, and then Jimmy Anderson, the legend himself. But firstly, I want to ask
Actually,
you.
one problem here, I just want to mention that they have become so obsessed with baseball. Even after losing in India, they became so obsessed with baseball. They have not even picked a proper keeper for this series because Ben Foakes is such a beautiful keeper. He has such a beautiful way of keeping, and he's a great batsman. I think as a lower order batsman, whenever he bats with the tail, and he tries to resist the bowling opposition from in he tries to prevent that all out, England getting all out, bowled out. So they he adds a lot of value, I feel, to the English team. But I don't know, I'm surprised they are so much deluded by baseball that they went for Jamie Smith. He is not even a keeper in county cricket. In his county side, he's not a keeper, but they have picked him as a wicket keeper. And Nasir Hussain was actually criticizing this move. So Shoaib Bashir is also plays only as a second spinner for his county side because his county side has Jack Leach in his team. So Jack Leach always plays the whenever pitch is such that only one spinner can play. Jack Leach plays ahead of Shoaib Bashir, and Shoaib Bashir almost misses lot of county games because Jack Leach is the main spinner. But he has been again picked as the main spinner.
So England has done
Based
some changes, and even Bairstow finally dropped. Like we have been calling for it, and he's the founder of baseball actually. But Bairstow is also not considered, and you can see their confidence, man. Like look at the bench, only two players. So in the first, sorry, three players actually. I've put Bashir or Vokes. I'm not sure who will play, but yeah, for the first two test matches, only 14 players squad. So they have only three players on the bench.
Hmm.
On the
I
other
mean,
side, if we, yeah, Dev bhai.
I have no idea about this series which is going on, which will be starting it basically.
3
And
days. Yeah.
I know that James Anderson will retire first test match at Lords, where he started his career way back, I think 22 years back.
Yeah,
So
man. Unbelievable.
legendary. I think so. That's why this test match basically become special. And hopefully, West Indies ruin James Anderson farewell. I really hope to see that. And to be honest, uh, in their series, West Indies, England, it's always West Indies which basically has the upper hand. I have
They are very
rarely
competitive with
seen
England. Yes.
I have rarely seen West Indies just get brushed aside in England.
Hmm.
hmm.
So I'm sure. Who is the captain from West Indies?
Craig
Craig
Brathwaite.
Brathwaite.
Yeah.
Craig Brathwaite.
He was a very good leader in Australia. If you remember, after winning that last test match, he showed his
No,
muscles.
actually, he
Who
has been
who
the
who
captain
is
since
the
last 4 years. They won a test match in Bangladesh. They also won.
sorry guys, I missed who is the captain
Craig
for West
Brathwaite, the
Indies?
opener.
Brathwaite.
Oh,
Brathwaite.
oh,
Yeah. I
legendary
think
player.
what I feel like, because players want to give Jamie Anderson a perfect farewell, they will be under a little bit pressure, and here is the opportunity for West Indies. Also, not to forget, when West Indies toured England last time,
And
they won the first test match. Kemar Roach
I
bowled
I
beautifully, and
just
they won the
thought
first test.
thought of one, you can say, coincidence. When Sachin Tendulkar was given a farewell series, it was against West Indies, and now James Anderson is also having against West Indies. So,
The farewell guys.
Sachin, most test matches, James Anderson second most test matches. Yeah.
yes, so
Yeah,
West Indies is the common de facto in both of them. And yeah, let's
yeah.
see. It will be amazing because to be honest, England side is not strong. This is a known thing. Uh, that there is a limit to which Joe Root can do things.
But
So
batting order is very strong, though. Like, you have to say,
But
Duckett,
I
Crawley.
think dropping Bairstow was is a mistake. See, you dropped him based on India, like how he played in India. You dropped him based on Indian conditions. But if you see England, who was the main threat in Ashes last year? It was Bairstow. Who
Hmm.
was the one who started baseball? Who plundered India? Who plundered New Zealand? It was Bairstow. So I don't think it is fair to drop Bairstow. I mean,
One more thing might have happened is that all of their top order is fit. So they wanted to play these six players, and they thought Bairstow won't do much at seven. So, maybe that was the mindset as well.
hmm.
Recently, some of them was
Actually,
unfit, like either
Actually,
broke.
I think in Ashes, what happened? Pope got injured, and that allowed them to play Bairstow and
Yeah.
also Vokes.
And
So
then in
actually,
India, I think
Vokes.
Brook was not playing, right?
Pratik, just wanted to say James Anderson's. Just wanted to talk about his record. So obviously, we know 187 Test matches and 700 wickets. You know, but the most amazing thing is he has taken 434 wickets in England, and that's if you see that if he has played 20 years of cricket in England, so he has taken 20 wickets every summer of in English cricket. And without those 20 wickets, I don't know where will England find another bowler now that Stuart Broad is also not there. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm not sure if Pennington and Gus Atkinson, all these guys can take 20 wickets.
Only
That will be
Robinson
some
be
problem.
yaar.
No,
He's just a hyped guy. I don't like his bowling, man.
no, first of all, I'm honestly not happy the way ECB has asked him to retire. Like, he deserves to
Hmm.
play 200 test matches. He gave up his white ball cricket, his international T20 leagues. He could have been those stars, but he gave up in 2015 itself. He has been only playing test cricket for last 9 years. He's an excellent server to the English cricket. You have to acknowledge the guy. I'm actually worried. Like, I hope something like that won't happen to him. What New Zealand pacer happened, like they dropped him from the first test match and then he
Yeah,
retired.
Neil
So I
White.
just hope that they don't drop him tomorrow. Like,
No,
please,
no,
like
no, they
James
don't. They
Anderson.
won't do that.
James Anderson needs a good farewell, and
Yeah, yeah.
and no one talks about his fitness, man. He's actually the Virat Kohli in bowling. Look at his lean muscles, and like he doesn't eat anything crap. he puts in those hours
I
every
think
day.
Pratik, the moment he decided to retire was in that Vizag spell, and I have talked about this many times during February. Now again after 4 months, I'm talking about this thing. In Vizag, I felt there was a period where England could have won the series in India, and there I think James Anderson's fitness let him down, or I don't know what happened there. He bowled just 4 overs to Shubman Gill, and Shubman Gill
Yeah.
then went on to score 100. First of all, a batsman like Shubman Gill should not be allowed to score 100 in Test cricket, and
That too in a
allowing,
second innings, like fourth innings, man.
yeah, fourth,
That can be one of the factors. Yeah.
yeah, it was something like that, innings, and
Third inning.
third
Hmm.
innings, and yeah, man, it was from there, I think Shubman Gill also started to sledge Anderson that you should retire because you're getting tired. You're such a tired bowler. And I think that series took a lot of toll on him because he struggled to even reach 700 wickets, which he was so near to. And finally, he got 700 wickets in Dharamshala in a test where they lost by a big margin. So after
Yeah.
all that, he thought ki I can't be selective and only play test matches in England. And anyway, the
Yes.
Ashes
Correct.
is quite far away now. It's next
But
year.
anyway, Shikhar, his record in India or Asian conditions is very bad. I've
Hmm.
never seen him taking 5 wickets or 6 wicket hauls, and it's
I
a very
think
tough. Yeah,
what Vishnu I feel is in some matches he bowled well in Asia. Like if you see that 2012-13 series, we give
yeah.
lot of credit to Monty Panesar and Swan, but he also in that Kolkata test he bowled a great spell. But yes, I agree to what you're saying. Whenever he comes out of England, there is always some pressure that he needs that swing, and even he knows that. Like he said to Kohli
But
during one of the series in 2016, let me see you in England, what you will do in England when the ball is moving. Here on the flat tracks, you are bullying me. So
but if
he
you look
also
at his
knows that.
stats, they're quite better even at the end of the career. Stuart Broad has a little bit of dip, but Anderson didn't. His average is like 20 in
Stuart
England, and
Broad, we can't compare Pratik. Stuart Broad even got dropped because he had a very lean patch
yeah,
four
exactly.
4 years back, and then they
Hmm.
figured out that they still don't have that Stuart Broad replacement, so they got him back. When I think when McCallum became the coach, they bought him. They bought this Dio back again.
But to Shikhar's point, like he was very much needed in England because look at English side, they are still at the ninth spot in the World Test Championship. Like they're in the last spot, 10th, 8th, or ninth spot, and they're not even able to win series against confidently against India or Australia. They're never able to smash India or Australia for 4-1 or 5-0. It's always 2-3 either way. So they need a guy like Anderson there, especially with the cool weather. He can definitely participate in three out of the five Test matches
I
and play a
think
pretty.
Pratik, they will
Actually,
struggle
I'm
very
going to
badly,
show
man.
you something interesting. Let me see if I can show you this. So, you will not believe this, but James Anderson has worse record in Australia and South Africa than India. So, if you see his bowling average, if I can
In
select this
India is
in
good.
India is
30 is a very decent bowling
30.27,
average in India.
and in
Yeah.
bowling average in South Africa is 34.61. Bowling average in Australia is 34.01. So in India, he
Yeah.
is at least better than what he is in South Africa and Australia. In New Zealand, he is much better because New Zealand supports the fast bowling, the swing bowling. New Zealand pitches support swing bowling. So obviously, New Zealand is much better. And Pakistan, he has played only 2 Test matches, so we can't really judge this beautiful average of 18.5. And even in UAE, he has a good average, actually 20.54. So he has
That
played
is
well
actually
in.
difficult.
So,
Yeah.
as compared to Asia, I think he has struggled more in South Africa and Australia, where the pitches are bounce aiding, not swing aiding.
Hmm.
So
I mean, you will get either way. You will either get a flat with a bouncy pitch, or else you will
hmm.
get excessive seam seam movement in both the
Yeah.
countries, Australia or South Africa. I mean. So and we saw in how many times they got smashed in Australia, man.
Yeah. Yeah. George Bailey took him, right? Remember that?
That was epic. We should not be talking about in a Jimmy Anderson tribute about that thing, but
Yeah.
One bad
yeah.
stat he will have is like the most expensive test over is bowled by him.
No,
Bumrah
no, that
smashed
was
him, right?
beaten by Stuart Broad after Bumrah smashed him.
Oh, did he?
Guys, this is a
Yeah,
video for Anderson. Please.
Bumrah.
So yeah, I was gonna say like, okay, Dale Steyn, Pat Cummins, they have their own fan club, Wasim Akram own fan club. But remember, guys, James Anderson has the most Test wickets, and he has like served his country beautifully with, maybe we can say, his limited skill set. Like, let's just say
Yeah.
he's not a super, like inhumane or superpower, but he has been a workhorse, and he has actually bowled some magnificent spells over the years
I
as well.
still
Well,
remember, man, in that 2003 World Cup, he took 6 wickets against Pakistan, I guess.
Pakistan.
Mm.
That was an excellent swing, man. Yorker, क्या Yorkers डाला था वो match
And
में.
and I think one of the Ashes he bowled Michael Clark. It was an unbelievable delivery, unplayable delivery to Michael Clark.
Michael
And
Clark.
and if you see England, there are so many spells in England, but the spells that he bowled in that Ashes winning series in Australia. So
Mm.
actually, England actually won an Ashes in Australia after so long. I don't even remember
Yeah.
when they won the Ashes last in
Was
Australia.
Peterson there in that one?
Yeah.
Peterson was there.
Peterson was
Yeah.
there.
Strass was the captain.
Oh, that was a perfect batting team. I remember Strauss. Yeah, Strauss was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Strauss was there, and they won in 2010, I think. So that will be a
Mm.
very great memory, that winning an Ashes in Australia. I think for Englishman it is like almost impossible to do now.
Mm.
Even in Australia has not won an Ashes in England since 2001, but
Yeah.
England has, I think, not won an Ashes in Australia since I don't know how long. And they finally
Yeah.
won it in 2010, and after that again they have not won. They actually get beaten 4-0, 5-0. Like, the score lines are embarrassing. So
Yeah. It's
yeah,
always
that is,
embarrassing. Yeah.
they actually won the Ashes. They won a series in India. I think he will be most proud about these things, that he won a series in India, he won a series in Australia.
Mm.
I'm sure he must have won a series in South Africa, in between somewhere.
He might be
So
part of that 2010 World Cup also, right? 2010 World Cup also. He might be part of that
no,
World Cup.
he was not part of that. Stuart Broad and Ryan Sidebottom
Oh,
were,
okay.
were playing that. He was not playing. Yeah.
Yeah, coming back to this test, I think because this is the first test of the summer, I feel like, if you remember, initially the conditions are more suited to fast bowlers, and only like when you see test matches in August end where spin starts to play a role. But here, I think it will be a good one for fast bowlers. So Jimmy Anderson should have a good farewell. He should take a fight for
First
against
of all,
this.
the match should happen, man.
Netherlands.
Every day it rains there. What a
Hmm.
stupid weather there.
But if you
Every
go back
day.
to squad again, like the West Indies top order, I don't know why they made some changes there. It looks kind of new. I know they made some changes before Australia tour also, and Kevin Hodge actually is a find. Like, he scored a very good innings in Australia, and he scored 100 in the recent practice match also. So, but I'm talking about the initial top order. Like, you can see the guy Mackenzie and Lewis. Like, sorry, Mackenzie's again good, but Lewis is new. And then they have a backup opener, McCaskey. He's also new, and they both failed in the practice match also. So again, I don't know who will play. Imlach, I think, is also an
Yeah, and
opener.
who was their opener in? It was Chandrapal, right? Who
Yeah.
was?
Actually, he's
Mm.
dropped. Yeah, dropped too early, I would say. I mean, yeah, he looked decent.
Yeah, he was
Kaginarayan,
good. I don't know
Chandrapal.
why they dropped him.
Yeah, Kaginarayan was decent, so they dropped him. But yeah, I remember
Mackenzie,
the middle order played well in Australia. Alec Athanaze,
yeah,
Mackenzie, Kevin Hodge, and then they're
yeah.
getting the experience of Holder back. So Holder, I don't know if he had some controversies or what was it, but he's coming back to the side. But
Hmm.
he's coming, and Roston Chase is not there though. So I don't
Hmm.
understand the selection again. Why is Roston Chase not playing Test match after such an incredible form in the World Cup as well?
I think Moti is going to play, Pratik. I think this lineup, Moti is going to play in the 11 as the
Yeah.
spinner. So Roston
Yeah,
Chase has not been picked. And Holder, you were saying what was the reason he was out? Actually, it was Holder himself who had pulled out of the test team because he wanted to play Bangladesh Premier League and practice for T20 World Cup, for which he got injured eventually. That's actually a very funny story. He pulled out of a historic test match series to play Bangladesh Premier League and prepare himself specifically for home T20 World Cup, and he got injured eventually. So yeah, it's very funny actually. But yeah, good to see him back. Let's see if we
the
can
only
find
reason I
him.
did not put Moti in the 11 Shikhar is because unfortunately Moti and Shamar Joseph, these two were late in arriving to England. They were supposed to play this practice test match. They just
Yeah.
wanted to arrive before it. But what happened is because of the Hurricane Beryl, they could
Hurricane.
not come in time. So now they have missed the practice match. I'm not sure if they will be featuring in the first match. But I do feel West Indies definitely need both of them, especially Shamar Joseph.
Shamar.
Yeah. I mean, both should play ideally. And you were saying Kemar Roach is also injured. So,
Yeah,
yeah, they will be short on the pace bowling. I think they.
exactly. Yeah, Jaden Seals is okay, but he's still new. So they
Yeah.
need some X factor like Shamar Joseph.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll skip to the prediction side, guys, and best players and just like the series prediction.
Yeah. Have that slide. But what I feel is England. It will be a close series. I don't think it will be one-sided. I mean, for all the baseball, I think West Indies can also match England. Uh,
Yeah,
it will be interesting to see Shamar Joseph and Jason Holder can actually bowl really well in England. So
yeah.
I'm excited to see. I'm missing that guy. Shannon Gabriel used to bowl well in England. So why is he
Yeah.
not there? And
And why Kyle Mates is not there? He can be explosive, and also his seam bowling can help, like his medium pace.
yeah,
Was he playing in the Test series in Australia? I don't think so, right?
Oh yeah,
no,
he's been
no,
dropped from the side now. Yeah,
No, no.
he was not there.
But yeah,
but Roston Chase again. Why is he not in the test team? That's
Hmm. So there
anyways
are
with the
three, four
current
big
team.
misses. Roston Chase,
Yeah,
Chandrapal, then
Maroj.
yeah, Kyle Mays. That's a three or four big misses. Shannon Gabriel is also not there. Even I think even Rakim Cornwall, that big
yes,
fat guy.
good point. Yeah,
Yeah, even he was good, decent in some series. He was playing that India series. I remember where Yashasvi Jaiswal debuted, but
Mm,
after that he has
Hmm.
been also left out. He was a decent batter. At least batting, he was okay.
yeah. So yeah,
Hmm.
actually, for my players prediction, I will go with Shikhar mentioned Holder. I think he's coming back, so he will try to show that, like he was the captain also in previous time. So Jason Holder in bowling and Kevin Hodge in batting. I will pick. Not picking Shamar Joseph because I don't want to jinx him. And for England, absolutely James Anderson. I think he will play well in the first test. And I think Joe Root will have a good series this time for batting side.
Okay, Vishnu, I'll predict after you.
England will. I always give Vokes, man. If he plays, he is a
Hmm.
match winner for them.
Hmm.
But
Very
the
good point.
idiots, they don't play him. He is the main crucial guy who is the backbone, who can play
Hmm.
either way. Batting में आता है, थोड़े runs बनाता है, bowling में he
Correct,
plays.
correct. He's
Yeah.
So I'll give Vokes, and yeah, Joe Root, I think he will dominate in this series because it's an
Hmm.
and then West Indies में I think Hope will be crucial now.
Hope is
That
not in
chase
the squad.
not there. Oh shit.
Hope is also not there. Yeah.
Fuck man. Who are there then? Can you go back? Can you show me the
Craig Brathwaite, McKenzie, Kevin Hodge.
I
Yeah, the
will
batting,
I
but
will give
batting was new in
Holder
the. Hmm.
Holder for bowling and
Yeah,
will
I'll show
Brathwaite
you.
is good, but he's very slow. I feel like he will play innings
Yeah.
like 20 of 80. That's why I'm not picking him. Yeah.
last time I gave Hodge के लिए मैं vote डाला था. So I will go back and stick with them.
Okay, Hodge. Okay. Shikhar, you
Yeah.
like Da Silva also, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's my favorite player. Actually, it does. I will. So I'll pick England to win the series. Obviously, I'll pick England to win the series. I think again there will be some renewed faith in baseball. Again, and I am picking an outsider. I'm picking Ollie Pope actually to do well in this series.
Hmm.
Uh, I think he struggles very badly versus spin, but I think
Yeah.
versus pace, he's very comfortable. So I feel Ollie Pope will have a good series. And uh, England bowling, I'll go with Vishnu. I think Chris Wokes is such an underrated cricketer.
Yeah.
In We saw it in the Ashes how he turned the momentum of the entire series once he came to the squad. And
I feel like Vokes might not play the first test because Anderson is playing. I just have a feeling like.
Yeah,
I might be wrong.
I don't know, but if he plays, and also I'm excited to see Ben Stokes bowl actually. Ben Stokes
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
bowler will make a comeback
In
after
England, he's a very good bowler.
a lot of years. So I'm actually excited to see. I'm sure he will be one of the top wicket takers. So I'm going with Pope and Stokes actually. Stokes
Pope
as a
and
bowler
Stokes.
and Pope as a batsman. And from West Indies side, I want to actually back Da Silva. I want to back Da Silva as the because whenever West Indies has won a test match, the last time they won a test match versus England, it was in West Indies. It was Da Silva who scored 100 when every other batsman failed to even cross 50.
Yeah,
So
that was an incredible match. Yeah.
yeah, that's the quality of the player. I think he has a good fight in himself. And from the bowling side, uh, and the Sinclair is also a good all rounder. Actually, I liked him in Australia. But
Sinclair or
I'm
Moti, one of them will play. Yeah,
yeah,
one of them.
but I'm going to go with as a bowler, uh, Shamar. I'll go with Shamar only. So Shamar
Okay.
and Da Silva for me from West Indies.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll also go with England 2-1. I think the West Indies will win one match. They will surprise England, but overall, England
Yeah,
looks favorites to win the series.
Yeah,
yeah,
two
2-1
win,
also.
two
I'm also predicting 2-1. Yeah, but I want to
one.
predict something different now. You have said 2-1. I will
Actually, last two
say.
series, West Indies and England have been 2-1 in England. So,
I don't know. One might get washed out, man. You
uh,
never know.
let's hope it's 1-1. I'll predict 1-1.
okay.
I'll
Awesome.
predict 1-1.
Yeah,
But
Okay. Thank you.
there will not be draws, man. Baseball, may
Yeah,
draws is
3
the
days is
last.
enough for a result.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
why I
they
said it
will.
might get washed out, but yeah.
3 days. Yeah.
But I think Shamar's confidence can be dented by baseball. This is also one thing I think we should be discussing. If Duckett and Crawley just come in T20 mode, Shamar Joseph can be facing the heat. Uh, once they can
Yeah.
actually destroy his confidence in this series. That also is a
Yeah.
possibility,
But
which
a
I
So,
pacey
hope doesn't
bowler
happen.
generally goes well in England. We have seen the success of Jofra Archer. So,
but the England is such a thing, man. Weather gives you so much. Like if it's cloudy, the
Hmm.
ball will be like.
that's the exact thing Kevin Hodge said in his presentation
Mm,
interview after the practice match. He's like, I'm playing first time in England, and that's what the whole team is learning, that how weather plays such a huge role here.
mm.
So
And also
So,
England conditions are not like Australia. See, Shamar Joseph got lot of bounce in Australia.
mm,
Like Amir
mm,
Jamal also got lot of bounce in Australia.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
England may you have seen Bumrah also failing badly in both in one WTC final that he played. Bumrah failed. So it's a different kind of you need to have bowlers like Vokes, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and all
So,
those
so we never know.
Crawley.
Shamar might not make it to the playing 11 because there is another fast bowler, Jeremiah Lewis, in the bench. So yeah, we don't know.
Anyway, let's hope for a great series. Really excited for
mm,
this series.
Yeah,
So yeah, guys, thank you for joining. It's been awesome.
thanks.
Uh, we are supporting the West Indies. I know we have not predicted. I'm predicting 1-1, by the way. So I'm rooting for to draw this series. But West Indies fans, please subscribe us and please let us know about your thoughts about this series. Thank you and thank you for watching. And please subscribe Cricket Caviar. Bye, guys.
thank you,
Thanks.
Shikhar. Thank
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Vishnu.
Bye.